Hi, I'm Cameron Turner. Spike Lee said he's sorry, but what exactly is he sorry for? If he had posted the correct home address of Trayvon Martin's killer on the internet, would Spike Lee have apologized? After learning that the residence information he retweeted belonged not to George Zimmerman, but to retirees David and Elaine McClain, Spike Lee went back to his Twitter page and wrote this to his 240,000 followers. I deeply apologize to the McClain family for retweeting their address. It was a mistake. Please leave the McClains in peace. Justice in court. Now that sounds pretty sincere, particularly when you consider that Spike Lee has never been famous for public acts of contrition. But his choice of words is troublesome. By characterizing what he did merely as a mistake, Spike Lee downplays the moral implications of his actions. What he did was, he provided what he believed to be the home address of George Zimmerman to some 250,000 people over the internet. And Spike Lee did this knowing full well that someone, somewhere, might well use that information to harass, threaten, or even attack George Zimmerman. In taking this action, Spike Lee allied himself with those justifiably angry but morally misguided individuals who have issued death threats against Zimmerman or who have offered thousands of dollars for his capture, as the so-called new Black Panthers have done. Now, when terrible things happen, our deep emotion and our lack of faith in a system which has failed us time and again makes it easy for us to rationalize the idea of taking matters into our own hands. Gazing out through the dark veil of pain and anger, revenge can look justified, even correct. But going outside of the law will not help the families of victims like Trayvon Martin or Kendrec McDade here in my home community of Pasadena. Vigilantism delegitimizes our righteous calls for a legal and just resolution to matters such as this. And worse yet, they feed the beasts of fear, rage, and racial animosity which have contributed to so many tragedies down through our history. Spike Lee closes his Twitter apology with the words, "Justice in court." And it's true, fortunately, that most of the protests around the Trayvon Martin and Kendrec McDade tragedies have focused on the idea of justice in court. So this must continue to be our approach. These must continue to be our watchwords. Vigilantism will take us in the opposite direction. As the Mahatma Gandhi said, an eye for an eye only leaves the whole world blind. Thank you for listening. I'm Cameron Turner, and that's my 2 cents.